Africa?
I was like, oh Lord, Erick, Lord.
I was pretty shocked.
I was in awe of shock.
I felt like he was going to venture off at some point, but
You know how to speak the language?
That's a long ways away. I'm like, man, I don't know when the next time I'm gonna see this dude whenever he leaves.
Yeah, I'm not ready to get old yet, but my whole head just about great. Thank God for Black Dye.
I think it's a wonderful thing that our entire family is just musically inclined, and it's crazy because we all get it from our grandmother Geraldine Devan.
Yeah.
And when you consider her siblings, what I did not know is that none of them had any musical ability. She was the only one that had the musical ability. So from generation to generation, from our mother to, and even like on our dad's side, we all, I mean, it's such a blessing to have a family that's musically inclined.
Wow.
yeah, no, I was excited, man. I was excited, honestly. That's like, after I got a chance to process everything, I feel like I was excited, and I know that, it's going to be an adventure, man, because I'm going to have to come, I'm going to have to come later around.
Right.
So I was just more worried about his way of being. I know when he get down there that he gonna be good, and I get the plan and why he's moving, which I think is pretty smart. And I feel like he is in the mid of his age, to where he's not young, so it's not like a drastic decision.
So
He lives his life,
Brooke, Question. Why are you talking about me like I'm not here?
Then when you start telling me about that other stuff and all the things and all the research that you had did, I said, oh, he done really did his research. So I was like, okay, well, there's a possibility that he might be going, because for him to have done that much research on everything, I felt like you were serious. But in the beginning, I was just like, oh Lord.
But going back to what JoJo said, and me being your son and we having like a lot of similar ways, I could say I could have seen it coming too as well. Maybe not Africa, because that's just like way far, but I was happy for you. I just wanted to make sure that even though you was expressing the pros to me, that you knew the cons. Like that's a totally different world compared to what we used to. So
It's basically an experience that people would love to get, because some people has never left a state where they just been in that state all their life, and to go to Africa, not too many people even get to say they've done it, because it's like a 1 in a million opportunity.
Yeah.
Especially by your family member living there, to say, oh, I'm just going to Africa for the summer. Like, that's dope for me to say that. And I'm a low key gonna be bragging. I'm like, all right, friends, I'll be back. Me and my daughter going to Africa.
Okay.
About that. Most Africans that I talk to, when I ask them how they like the States, and would they ever move back now that they're in the States, and they said they're always going back, because America can't compare to the beauty that's in Africa, because everybody on this, look at him try to.
Oh.
What are you doing? I'm gonna edit this part.
I would not.
Yeah, let it be real. Let it be real.
Yeah, keep it on that, Dad, because that's funny. Keep it on there.
Let it be real. Let it be real.
I just don't want no background noise, you know what I'm saying?
This cat is playing a game? What is wrong?
No, I'm saying outside of that. I am playing a game, but for real, outside of that.
Playing in the background.
And I'm gonna be clear, like, all of y'all amaze me, like, and to like just the influence, man, and I admire y'all so much. Like the things y'all have been able to accomplish, the vision that I can see so clear through y'all. You know what I mean? Y'all amaze me.
Well, as being the eldest sister, I really don't get the credit that I deserve, but I taught y'all everything y'all know.
Okay.
All them runs, baby, y'all be doing. I taught y'all that. I taught y'all that. So go give God the glory, but give me the credit for doing that.
I love you. I love you, Lord, today because you cared for me in such a special way. And yes, I praise you. I lift you up and I magnify your name.
Cookie, you are Birmingham's best kept
Secret. Come on. Come on.
I've heard that
Yeah.
Put an
before.
applause
I've heard
right
that
there.
before.
When it comes to praise and worship, I'm going to tell you, you probably don't know how many people you have impacted and influenced.
Jojo, one thing I can say about you, I never knew that music ability was there. Then when I began to listen at your craft and your production,
Yeah.
it was just mind blowing because you were always the quiet one.
And
you know.
can I butt in right there? I think also what was shocking to me was seeing how much he had learned on his own without us teaching him anything.
Right. I was
it's like pretty much it was like, man, he just soaked it up.
He did.
Like,
well, that's where the gift come in at. You don't when you're gifted, a lot of times you don't need nobody to show you a lot of stuff. If it's there, it's just there.
Thank you. After all this time, after all this time, after all this time, you should with me.
What I'm learning about young people is that you almost have to. They used to, like, we were kind of forced when we were younger. But this generation, you know, just like with Lil E and Brooke, the passion is just there. It's there. And I'm learning that, you know, the passion has to be there. Like, you can try to force them to sing and to do music, but if the passion is not there, they're going to eventually, you know, stop doing it.
Just wanted to interject that, you know, a lot of times kids don't do necessarily what you say. They do what you do.
Doing what we see y'all do, it ain't something that I just wanted to start doing. Like, it was something that I feel like I had to do.
So I tell you, lean, I mean, say, warm as the sun, deep and black. Fingertips on a smile of my back, yeah.
We still look up to y'all, and the generation still does need to keep going on. Just because we grown, that don't mean we ain't watching what y'all doing. Even though we have our lives, we still looking up to y'all. Like, even my auntie Andretta, I just be like,
I never knew love like this. Before I loved you back, you took a risk. You saw something in me I didn't see. You never left, you waited patiently. Love me even when I didn't do right. Through the pain, misery, and fight. And for that very reason, said I won't go back. Used to do. You've been faithful. Your word is true. And God, holy, God, righteous.
So now watch this. I knew, like, when we were smaller, I'm talking about when we were smaller. That's what shocked me so much, because she used to walk through the aisles and shake people's hand and have them crying and everything and couldn't even sing. But when we separated and I went to North Carolina and she went to Texas, the next time I heard her sing,
I was so undeveloped, y'all.
I was like,
so
oh my God, man.
Well, see, I fooled around and got around some like raw singers, and I was thrown out there, and there was a lot of intimidation, and I was like, well, how am I gonna come behind that? I'm talking about, I mean, it would be people like Isaac Corey that'll get up and sing, and then they toss me the mic, and I'm like, really? You want me to sing behind that? Like, in those younger years, it was
so you had to level up. You had to level up.
I had to, and it was crazy because it was almost like a child don't know how to swim and is thrown in the water. You gonna either sink or swim. So, and being in enough situations like that, you gonna learn. Well, you gonna learn today.
My first, I guess my first beginning stages of writing began in poetry. I never said anything to nobody about it, but I used to write poems when I was younger. You know, I used to always want to impress the girls, and you know, so I was like, okay, maybe I'll start writing poems, and I started translating, you know, to music. And I was like, man, well, maybe I could turn my real life scenarios and experiences into music, and it just blossomed.
Drunk a lot, ain't no chasing. Clubs kinda dark, but I'm bringing my shades in. Music so loud, I can't hear what you say, yeah. Feeling kinda cool, that she signaled me over. And it's kinda cool, she's a little bit older. Ain't nobody do me like Jesus. Oh, can't nobody do me like the Lord. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Can't nobody do me like the like you know,
I love you all, and I want y'all to definitely come visit me in Africa.
Love you more.